Where can you win $1 million?
Tell me, Becky, when did you know for sure that you'd actually won millions of dollars from American fans?
Ed McMahon, the legendary television personality best known as Johnny Carson's right-hand man on The Tonight Show, was a symbol of generosity and charm. For decades, he was admired not only for his quick wit and unmistakable laugh, but also for his larger-than-life persona off-screen. Fans remember him as the host who always had a smile, a booming voice, and a heart willing to help those in need. Yet behind the fame and laughter, there was a story few knew, one that now has taken an unexpected and heartbreaking turn. Throughout his life, Ed McMahon was famous for giving. From supporting aspiring entertainers to charitable contributions and lavish gifts to friends and family, he spread generosity freely, creating a legacy that many admired. Millions of dollars flowed from his fortune, a reflection of his belief that wealth was meant to be shared and that kindness was more valuable than material possessions. To the public, Ed seemed untouchable, a man who had it all, yet gave it all away without hesitation. But in a shocking twist, McMahon's family is now reportedly facing financial hardships. Despite Ed's decades of hard work and apparent success, the financial stability of his estate has come into question. Creditors, debts, and the high cost of maintaining a lifestyle reminiscent of his iconic status have created a situation that seems almost unimaginable. How could the man who gave so freely leave his loved ones struggling? This revelation has left fans and observers speechless. The same man who entertained millions, gave away fortunes, and seemed to embody generosity now has a legacy clouded by financial complications. The contrast between his public image and the reality faced by his family is startling, and it serves as a poignant reminder that even the most celebrated figures are not immune to the pressures of money. Legacy and unexpected challenges. Ed McMahon's story begins far from the glittering lights of Hollywood. Born in Detroit, Michigan, in 1923, he grew up in a modest household, learning early the value of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. His father was a man of strong principles, and his mother instilled in him a sense of responsibility and kindness that would shape his character for life. Ed's upbringing in a small, working-class environment laid the foundation for a man who would later balance fame with generosity, charm, and humility. McMahon's path to stardom was shaped by both talent and opportunity. He served in World War II as a Marine Corps pilot, an experience that not only honed his discipline but also gave him a perspective on life that few in show business could match. After the war, he pursued acting and broadcasting, determined to make his mark in a field known for fierce competition. Early appearances on radio and small television roles provided valuable experience. But it wasn't until he teamed up with Johnny Carson in 1962 that his career truly skyrocketed. Joining The Tonight Show as Carson's sidekick, announcer and occasional comedic foil, Ed McMahon became an instantly recognizable figure. His booming voice, signature laugh, and larger-than-life presence made him indispensable to the show's success. Fans adored his warm, approachable persona, and he quickly became more than a sidekick. He was a trusted companion for viewers, a symbol of entertainment excellence, and a man who seemed genuinely invested in the happiness of others. Ed's generosity extended far beyond the screen. He became famous for his philanthropy, helping aspiring entertainers, supporting charitable organizations, and giving freely to those he encountered. From surprise gifts to financial assistance, McMahon's reputation as a man with a big heart was well-earned. Friends, colleagues, and fans all recall moments when his kindness made a real difference in someone's life, a testament to his belief that wealth and success should be shared. Yet behind the laughter and applause, McMahon faced the pressures of maintaining both fame and personal life. The demands of daily television, public appearances, and his own business ventures required constant effort. Balancing generosity with financial management was always a delicate act, one that demanded attention, planning, and sometimes sacrifice. Still, Ed remained steadfast, committed to living a life that reflected his values, helping others, entertaining millions, and leaving a positive mark on the world. By the 1980s and 1990s, Ed McMahon had cemented his place in American culture. He was more than a television personality. He was an institution, a man who combined charisma, humor, and generosity in a way few could replicate. Fans saw only the smiling announcer on screen, but those close to him understood the depth of his commitment to family, colleagues, and the many charitable causes he championed. His legacy of giving, warmth, and dedication to entertainment became the standard by which many in the industry measured themselves. And yet, the very generosity that defined him would later become a double-edged sword. While McMahon gave freely and built a reputation as one of the kindest men in show business, the financial consequences of decades of giving would eventually leave his family facing challenges they never anticipated. The contrast between Ed's public image and the private reality of his estate would shock fans and the public alike, revealing a side of the beloved entertainer few had considered. Ed McMahon's generosity was legendary, earning him a reputation as one of the kindest and most giving figures in Hollywood. Unlike many celebrities who kept their wealth behind closed doors, Ed believed that success was meant to be shared. Throughout his life, he gave millions of dollars, often quietly and without seeking recognition. Whether helping friends, aspiring entertainers, or charitable organizations, McMahon saw giving as a responsibility and a privilege. One of the most famous examples of his generosity came through his support of young talent. Ed frequently used his connections and resources to help struggling performers get a foothold in show business. From providing financial support to offering career advice and mentorship, he invested in the future of others, believing that opportunity was more valuable than fame alone. Many entertainers later credited him for helping them navigate the often harsh and competitive world of television and film. Beyond the entertainment industry, McMahon was also deeply involved in philanthropy. He contributed to numerous charities, both large and small, often focusing on causes that helped children, veterans, and those in need. His support wasn't limited to one-time donations. He regularly gave of his time and money, participating in fundraising events and encouraging others to contribute. To him, generosity was a way of life, a reflection of his upbringing, values, and belief in using wealth responsibly. Ed's giving didn't stop with organized charities. Friends and family recall countless instances of surprise gifts, loans, and financial assistance. He had a habit of helping quietly, ensuring that the recipients could maintain dignity while receiving support. From paying off debts to funding education or medical expenses, McMahon's generosity touched thousands of lives over the decades. His reputation as a man with a big heart became as famous as his booming laugh and on-screen presence. Yet, while this generosity brought joy and relief to many, it also had long-term consequences for his personal finances. Ed's commitment to helping others sometimes meant spending beyond what was sustainable, and over time the accumulation of charitable giving, combined with the costs of maintaining a high-profile lifestyle, placed unexpected pressures on his estate. While he remained a beloved figure, the financial reality behind the scenes was far more complex than the public realized. By the time of his passing in 2009, McMahon had given away millions, leaving a trail of stories that highlighted both his kindness and the consequences of such relentless generosity. Fans admired him for his heart, but few understood that his estate faced mounting challenges. Creditors, taxes, and the cost of preserving his legacy all weighed heavily on the family he left behind. The very trait that made him so beloved, his generosity, became a source of financial strain, creating a situation that was difficult for his heirs to manage. Ed McMahon's life of giving remains inspiring, but it also serves as a cautionary tale about the balance between generosity and sustainability. His story shows that even the most celebrated and admired figures can face unforeseen challenges when wealth is spent as freely as it is earned. For his family, the legacy of generosity is both a blessing and a burden, a reminder of the love and kindness Ed McMahon shared with the world, and the reality of maintaining that generosity over time. Despite Ed McMahon's legendary generosity and decades of success, his family now faces financial hardships that have shocked fans and the public alike. For years, Ed was seen as untouchable, a man who entertained millions, gave freely, and lived a life of fame and wealth. But behind the scenes, the costs of maintaining his legacy and supporting his generous lifestyle have created challenges that his heirs are now struggling to manage. Following his death in 2009, the management of McMahon's estate revealed complexities that few outside the family understood. While he had amassed significant earnings from The Tonight Show, endorsements, and personal investments, a lifetime of giving and expenses related to his public image had left the estate in a delicate position. Creditors and unpaid obligations reportedly accumulated over time, highlighting the financial realities that can accompany decades of high-profile generosity. One major factor contributing to the struggles is the upkeep of properties, assets, and the lifestyle that Ed had maintained. From real estate to collectibles, managing these holdings requires careful attention and funding. In addition, legal and tax obligations associated with the estate have placed further strain on the family's finances. What was once considered a symbol of success has now become a complex responsibility, one that demands difficult decisions to preserve the McMahon legacy while addressing pressing debts. Family members have had to make tough choices. Investments in properties, long-term care costs, and legal fees have all eaten into the resources that might have otherwise supported the family comfortably. For fans, it is surprising to learn that the man known for giving millions away could leave his loved ones navigating such financial pressures. The contrast between public perception and private reality serves as a stark reminder that even the most successful celebrities are not immune to financial challenges. The media coverage of the family's bankruptcy concerns has fueled discussions among fans and financial experts alike. Many reflect on the consequences of unbalanced generosity, while others focus on Ed McMahon's enduring positive impact. The situation has prompted conversations about estate planning, financial management, and the responsibilities of both the wealthy and their heirs in preserving a legacy. Fans are left grappling with a mixture of admiration for McMahon's heart and concern for the family he left behind. Yet, even amid these financial challenges, the McMahon family continues to honor Ed's memory. Stories of his kindness, mentorship, and charitable acts remain central to his legacy. While the estate faces obstacles, the values Ed instilled, generosity, care for others, and a commitment to uplifting those around him, continue to resonate. His life is remembered not just for wealth or fame, but for the countless lives he touched and the lessons his family now navigates as they manage the complexities of his legacy. The story of Ed McMahon's family financial struggles serves as a powerful reminder that generosity, while admirable, must be balanced with foresight. Even the most giving individuals can create challenges for their heirs if planning is insufficient. Fans, while saddened by the news, are left reflecting on the man behind the generosity, recognizing that his impact extends far beyond money, touching hearts and inspiring future generations. As the McMahon family navigates the financial challenges left in the wake of Ed McMahon's passing, the story highlights both the rewards and the complexities of a life defined by generosity. While many may focus on the hardships, it is important to remember the remarkable legacy that Ed left behind, a life filled with laughter, mentorship, and acts of kindness that continue to inspire even in the midst of adversity. Ed McMahon's career spanned decades, and throughout it all, he remained committed to giving back. His work on The Tonight Show and countless other appearances brought joy to millions, while his off-screen contributions provided opportunities and support to countless individuals. From helping struggling entertainers find their footing to supporting charitable causes and community initiatives, his generosity was a defining characteristic that shaped his public image and personal identity. Yet, the very traits that made him beloved, his willingness to give freely and prioritize the well-being of others, also created long-term financial implications. His estate, though substantial on paper, faced challenges stemming from a lifetime of giving and expenses tied to maintaining a high-profile lifestyle. For his family, these realities have been a sobering reminder that even the most admired figures must balance generosity with careful planning to ensure stability for future generations. Despite these difficulties, The McMahon family continues to honor Ed's values. They are working to manage the estate responsibly, while preserving the charitable and personal contributions that define his legacy. Through careful decision-making, they aim to balance financial obligations with the memory of the man who gave so much to others. While bankruptcy concerns have brought challenges, the family remains committed to upholding the principles that guided Ed's life: kindness, generosity, and an unwavering commitment to supporting others. Fans, meanwhile, have responded with empathy and admiration. Many recognize that Ed McMahon's story is not one of failure, but of a life lived fully and generously. The struggles faced by his family do not diminish the impact he had on the entertainment world or on the countless individuals whose lives he touched. Instead, they add a layer of realism to his legend, showing that even icons must navigate the practical realities of life behind the glamour. Ultimately, Ed McMahon's story offers valuable lessons. It reminds us of the importance of balancing generosity with foresight, of planning for the future even while living fully in the present. It underscores that true legacy is not measured solely by wealth or fame, but by the positive influence one has on others and the memories and values passed on to loved ones. Ed's life exemplifies this truth, and his family's ongoing efforts to manage his estate reflect a continued commitment to honoring that legacy. In the end, Ed McMahon will be remembered not just as Johnny Carson's trusted sidekick or a television icon, but as a man whose heart matched his larger-than-life presence. His generosity, humor, and dedication to uplifting others remain the defining features of his legacy, inspiring both fans and future generations. While financial challenges have cast a shadow over his estate, the enduring impact of his kindness and contributions ensures that Ed McMahon's story will continue to be celebrated for years to come.